All right, when we have a non-zero number, that is always significant. In the number 472, there are how many sig figs then? 3. They're all non-zeros. They're all significant. So that is 3 sig figs. In the number 4,721, how many sig figs do we have? 4, because they're all significant. So that's really easy. If it's not 0, it's significant. Zeros have these weird rules. So, the first rule. If it's between 2 non-zero digits, it is significant. Between non-zeros. So, in 407, how many sig figs are there? 3, because this 0 is significant. In 7,204, how many sig figs are there? 4. This is significant because it's between non-zeros. Okay, that rule is also pretty easy. That's the first rule. The second rule. If you have a 0 out in front of non-zeros, it is not significant. Okay. So, if we have 0.072, to draw from our example earlier, how many sig figs are there? 2. This 0 is not significant. Okay? Now, that's what we call a placeholder 0. Can we get rid of it altogether? No, because 0.072 is not equal to 0.72. They're not the same number. They're not the same number. We can't get rid of that placeholder 0, but yet it's not a significant number. All right, not a significant figure. What if we have 0.000047? How many sig figs does that have? 2, because none of these are significant. All right, now let's mix those first 2 rules. What if we have 0.0408? How many sig figs are there? 3. This is not significant. This is. What rule makes this one not significant? Rule number 2. What rule makes this one significant? Rule number 1. Okay, so in the number 0.009302, how many sig figs do we have? 4. Not significant, not significant, significant. Rule 2, Rule 1. Okay, so far so good, yes?
Yeah.
Good. Now let's add in our third rule. Zeros at the end behind the decimal. So that would be to the right of the decimal. Are significant. So if we have this number, 0.50, how many sig figs does that have? 2. This 0 is significant because of Rule 3. It is at the end behind the decimal. It is telling us that when this measurement was made, whatever equipment this measurement was made on had a level of precision out to this place, and this is our uncertainty digit. So this tells us how precise the instrument that this measurement was made on was. 2 sig figs. What about 0.4700? How many sig figs? 4. Both of those zeros are significant. So that's because of Rule 3, right? Okay. Let's mix things up. What if we have 0.0458? 5070. How many significant figures do we have there? 5. This one is not significant, it's a placeholder. This one is significant based on which rule? It's between two non-zeros, so it's significant. This one is significant based on which rule? Rule 3. It's at the end behind the decimal. It is significant. Okay, so that has 5 sig figs. 0.00701. Actually, let's make this 42.00701. How many sig figs?
8.
7. Every single number there is significant. These are significant. Why? They're between two non-zeros. So yes and yes. This one's significant also because it's between a non-zero. Make sense? You're going to get lots of practice with these. Now, let's look at the strangest case of all. Zeros at the end of a number in front of the decimal. Maybe. It's the best we can do. So, if we have the number 450, that 0 is not significant. There is no decimal place behind it. That tells us it's not significant. If we write 450 with a decimal, that's significant. So that's not, that is. And it all comes down to the presence or absence of a decimal. If you have a decimal, it is significant. If you don't, it's not. Okay? Questions on this? Let's practice a few with all 4 rules thrown in, shall we? Okay. And we'll do shirt color lottery for this. So 8904.0. Okay, somebody in green or blue? Ooh, I have 3 blue shirts. 4. Okay, Josh. 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're saying they're all significant?
Yep.
Why is this one significant?
It's in between 2 non-zeros.
Rule number 1. Okay, why is this one significant?
It's at the end behind the decimal.
The end behind the decimal. Good. So check. Those are both significant. All right. 0.00705. Somebody in red or black? Oh my God. Okay.
3.
3. Okay. So which ones are you saying are not significant?
First 2.
First 2, and based on what rule?
2.
Rule 2, and this one's significant. Why?
Between 2.
Between 2 non-zeros. Good. Okay. 4.820. Somebody in gray or white? I think that's you 2. Or you 3. Okay. Go for it, Jordan. 4? Yes. Why is that 0 significant? Yep, rule number 3. Good. So that is significant. Okay, do you feel fairly comfortable with these? You ready to practice these on your own? Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is rounding. Let me actually